we get into the quarterback conversation here. Everybody's favorite topic. Who wins the quarterback race? Who wins the quarterback battle between Paul Tyson and Bryce Young? Now, of course, Jalen Milroe is in the room as well, and you don't want to sleep on Jalen Milroe. You don't want to second-guess Jalen Milroe. But right now, the two big names in the room that if you ask this question or you address this question, the two big names people can always go to, Bryce Young and Paul Tyson. So who wins the job between these two? Well, before I give you my opinion on who wins the job, let's break down these two. Let's size them up first. Let's size them up. So Bryce Young, first and foremost, the young man back for his sophomore year, second season with the program, at 6 feet, 194 pounds, out of the prestigious Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. Young had a tremendous high school career. We all saw it. Over 13,000 passing yards, 178 total touchdowns, grabbed every single high school award imaginable, 5-star prospect, and when he came in, a lot of people felt like he is going to be even better, way better than Tua Tagovailoa. And of course, Bryce did not have the fortune of having a spring in the 2020 campaign. He can thank the coronavirus for that. Didn't have a chance to have a spring. Did not have your average summer workout. Did not have your typical fall camp. So Bryce had to go through a little trial by fire last year. Did not look comfortable at times, but that's what happens when you don't have a spring football season. However, he did have a touchdown pass to Devontae Smith in Alabama's matchup against Kentucky. But there's Bryce Young. When you look at Paul Tyson, who is 6'5", 230 pounds plus. Paul Tyson, a 4-star from Hewitt-Trussville High School here in Alabama. Tyson, of whom threw for more than 6,500 passing yards in his career in high school. 69 touchdowns, 13 picks, was 19-5 as a starter for the Huskies. And here is an individual that, yes, he is the great-grandson of Paul Bear Bryant, but a guy that can really spin the magic bean, a guy that can really spin the pigskin, a guy that can really play football and play the quarterback position. So we look at these two. Who gives you the better option? Who gives you the better situation? Who gives you the better outcome at this position with Bill O'Brien as the new offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach? To me, I'm going to go Paul Tyson. I'm going to roll the dice here and go Paul Tyson to me. And the reason why I'm going to go Paul Tyson here is Bryce, there were moments where Bryce looked a bit uncomfortable. And by uncomfortable, wasn't quite sure where he wanted to go to with the football, wasn't quite sure what read he wanted to make, wasn't quite sure in the process that he was going through. So when you're not quite sure, and then you got a guy in a Paul Tyson that's entering his third year in the program who is sure, who is sure not just of what he wants to do with the football, but he is sure of that entire playbook, of that entire scheme, of that entire system, if you will. And this is somebody in Coach Saban that has proven I can take any quarterback and win with any quarterback. I mean, we saw this with Greg McElroy. We saw this with A.J. McCarron. We saw this with Jacob Coker. We saw this with Tua Tagovailoa with a combination of Tua and Jalen Hurts. We even saw this with the Mac Jones, of whom many people doubted and criticized prior to the season. And all we saw was Mac fill the stat sheet up, made sure everybody else got theirs, become a Heisman finalist, took the team, and win a national championship with that team. And when you look at Paul is Mac 2.0. He's bigger than Mac. I think he's got a bit more of a livelier arm than Mac has. And when you talk to players, they are fully confident in Paul. They know what Paul brings to this table. They see the accuracy. They see the precision. They see the ball placement. They see the touch. They see his ability to process information quick, fast, get it out, let the playmakers do their thing on the outside there, that being the wide receiver. So to me, Paul's physical body, the height, to me, the ability to consistently see over that line, because with Bryce's size, you have to wonder, can he effectively see over that line of scrimmage? Because there are going to be some moments where he may not be able to roll out of that pocket. He's going to have to be able to sit in that pocket and see downfield. And where that size is concerned, you have to question, is he going to be able to see over that line of scrimmage? Because he's got some skyscrapers being an offensive lineman when you got 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", big dudes up front trying to block for you. It can be a problem trying to see over those guys. Paul Tyson, he's got the height there at 6'5", 230 plus. So he's going to be able to see over the offensive line. He's going to be able to see the entire field. And then along with that, his ability to process the information, process the calls coming in here, getting that ball out quick to those guys in space, stretching that ball down the field. He's got the arm strength, but he's got the accuracy. He's got the precision. He's got the placement. I go back to a conversation that I had with the likes of my man Rudy Griffin prior to him being the head coach of Bessemer City High School. He was the defensive coordinator at Hewitt-Trustfield. So he competed against Paul. And Coach Griffin, told me, Steven, when Paul gets his shot, he is not going to come off of it. He is not going to turn it loose. He is not going to let it go. All Paul needs is one shot at this thing. You give this brother one shot at it, I'm telling you, it is game over. And this comes from a guy in Rudy Griffin who played at Alabama as a defensive lineman. Once again, defensive coordinator at Hewitt-Trustfield. He competed against Paul, and Paul carved up those defenses out there at Hewitt-Trustfield High School. So looking at that, and of course, a conversation I go back to with one Bobby Humphrey, former Alabama running back, who was one of the first guys that got a chance to work with Tyson. He said, Steven, in all my time of being around quarterbacks and seeing guys, I've never seen a quarterback as accurate as Paul Tyson coming out of high school. The way he threw the ball, Steven, it was like receivers didn't have to break stride, they didn't have to stop, they didn't have to over-adjust, they didn't have to overly contort. He put the ball perfectly in the breadbasket every single time. His name doesn't have the cachet that maybe a Bryce Young or maybe a Jalen Milroe's name has, but watch Paul Tyson. To me, I think he wins this job out. He's got the size, he's got the heart of the room, he's got the ear of that room, he's got the ball placement, he's got the accuracy, he's got what it takes to continue this national championship run for Coach Saban where the Crimson Tide is concerned. But as always, Tide Nation, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage here on your favorite program. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you've got the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you covered here, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. Got you covered right there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll return on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Bama football. Now, Tide fans, here's what you can do here. Here's what you can do. You can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, have those sent to your door. That link will be found in the description. Now, if you want a copy of the print magazine, coming soon, here's what you do. You go to touchdownalabama.com, subscribe, $7.95 a month. $7.95 a month, get that subscription, and you can get that copy of the print edition of Touchdown Alabama Magazine that's coming soon. That link will be in the description as well. Also, the four-finger bling necklaces from WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. That's WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. That link in the description also. You can copy that four-finger bling jewelry right there. But until next time, folks, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children continue to do the right things, the legitimate thing. That's the weekends here, baby, to not be bored. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. Till next time, folks, Spit it in my own words. To stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.